to discuss, just talk about, see what we go with. But maybe we can try something other than talking about food reviews for once. Uh, don't know how long this is gonna last, but I never know how long these lives are gonna last. It's always all over the place. So rainy day, been a rainy week, and I'm quite bored. So we're just rolling with it and seeing where this goes. But never know, never know. Got all kinds of conversations that happen, and so yeah. But yeah, I intentionally made the title. What y'all got going on. I wanna know what everybody's kind of got planned. But when I do get to my little discussion that I've got going, I will probably be ignoring every single comment that I see come through. But while the chat kind of you know starts up and we get more people in here, then that's once things get fun. So, but for now, I'm just gonna sit here and just watch the screen and see what happens. Uh, right now, nothing's happening, so I know it always likes to change up once we get a couple minutes in and we got a couple people, and so that's always fun. But yeah, I don't know if anyone wants to tell me what their weeks look like. I'd love to know. But the weather here, oh, folks, it's just been nasty, rainy. I mean, just like consistently rain, 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 nothing but rain. But people are still finding ways to have fun this weekend, make plans, and I ain't got no plans. So, but it is what it is. We're just rolling with it, and that's just life. But yeah, I mean, I don't remember the last time, like the amount of rain and just dreariness that we've seen over the course of a week. Like it is just so rainy. Um, just like every day, every single day. I feel like I'm in a tropical forest, but it's cold. It's not warm. It's cold. Um, yeah, it's just like the side yard here at my parents' house. It is a mess. Like I've never seen it get to the point where like part of the yard is just mud. It's muddy. You got the tracks of my Bronco. They're all in the yard. It's nasty. Same with my brother's house. Like I've never seen the yard get so wet, so soaked, so muddy ever. Like I don't remember a time where it's been that bad, right? And I was surprised they didn't have like any flood advisories or anything. The roads aren't bad, but just like I guess just the ground is getting so saturated. I guess one of the key aspects is it's not it's not warm or humid outside, so even though maybe you're not having this torrential downfall of the rain, you are seeing the ground kind of soak this rain up more easily because the rain's not going anywhere. It's not drying up. Every day it's just sitting there. We did have a nice little sunny day yesterday, but it's just it's a mood killer, folks. That rain is a mood killer. But I got a good jog in today. I will say that got a nice jog in, uh, 10 miles. Not as far as I would have liked to go today. Um, been trying to do at least like one long jog every weekend now. Trying to build that up, build some stamina, build some endurance up. So we're working on that. We'll see where it goes. But 10 miles, I'll take it. Next week, I'm going to try and hopefully add a couple more miles to that. Uh, really, I kind of just made a personal, not goal, I guess, but I'm just really hoping that by the time we hit summer, before it like gets really hot and I can't do these long runs, I'm really hoping I can do a 20-mile jog. I really would love to reach that. That's just something that would feel like a good milestone. The most I've done is like 13 miles. So I've done like a a half marathon worth of jogging. But I want to do more. I want to grow in this, and I think that's one of the big things I haven't really worked on. I jog every day, so that's never been an issue. I've always been able to get my jog off. Um, but I feel like it's just become such a routine. Like the distance, I've limited and capped off on my distance. And that's a lot to do with timing and my mindset. It's like, okay, I gotta do this today, I gotta go there, I gotta get back to work, and so I just don't make the time, and then my mind's not in it, and it's like, okay, reel it back, get back to it, and just focus. So I think, really just trying to save some time during the weekend, find a day where I can have that time to really go for a long jog. That's really nice. It's nice to be able to like work on myself in that aspect. Because there's a lot of things that I, you know, still have to work on personally, and one of those is finding a way to keep making this jogging thing more interesting and feel like it's kind of there's something new to throw into it, rather than just sticking to a routine of, okay, did 5 miles today, we're good, let's go on. No, let's find something to throw into this to make it even better. And so that's kind of like the mindset. But yeah, rainy day and a slow live. I don't know what to tell you folks. I mean, I've been talking for 7 minutes now, and this video hasn't gone much of anywhere. Joining a running club? No, no. I've thought about running, doing some of those runs that they do, the 5Ks and the 10Ks, and obviously I can do a half marathon. There's no question. Um, of course, I want to do a marathon at some point. It's just I got to work on my endurance, because today, I mean, I struggled with 10 miles, and it wasn't like I wasn't having a hard time, like with, like, mentally I was fine. Physically, there were aspects that was causing problems, right? Physically, like, I could breathe fine, my legs were moving just fine. Once the jog was done, my legs were kind of feeling numb, which I was disappointed in that. I was like, this was only 10 miles. My legs should not be numb. So I think it's just been kind of like a lackluster kind of run of things for me in terms of, the length. So kind of work on that, make sure when I finish my jog, my legs are feeling a little bit more sturdy, than how they did today. But my biggest struggle with today's jog was my left foot, and I was anticipating it was going to be bad, when I finished my jog. Um, but I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, it was hurting. My left foot was just burning up, irritated. So I was like, what is, I wasn't asking myself what is wrong. I was like convinced and making assumptions that I messed the bottom of my foot up again. I blistered it up, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, no, this looks completely fine, even though it flared up. It says, no, this looks fine, and I had a sigh of relief, because I went on an 8 mile jog a couple months ago, and it blistered my foot up, and I did the smart thing. I popped that blister, but I mean, just for like a week or two, I was just like, oof. My foot was in pain, walking on it, trying to jog on it, and it healed up. And so I was just worried. I was like, is that where we're at today? Is my foot messed up again? But no, it's not. So just got to hope that my foot can hold up, and we can kind of work on that. But that was the big issue today. So yeah, and that's the only thing I've really done today. I've been kind of bored. Um, Valentine's weekend is it's a bit of a mood killer for me, but I think kind of the ball's in my court on where I am with that side of my life. So, you know, I can't think about that. But I am going to talk about it if I get a good enough amount of people watching. I am going to talk about like where I am mentally on that. But we ain't got enough people watching, so I don't know what people are doing today. Like I know I don't schedule my lives, but I shouldn't have to schedule my live for people to watch. You know, people they get notifications, and when you go on YouTube, you can go to your little subscription tab, and guess what's going to be at the top? It's going to be me because I got a live video going. But I'm like, every time I do one of these, I know, a couple of people are giving me good conversation and everything. But every time I do one of these, I don't know. It feels like I'm getting less and less people ingrained into watching and conversating. And now I'm watching the Amazon truck come in, so hopefully they don't pull too far in and notice me. We'll just try and be incognito, just talking to our camera. But Amazon's here, so I'm sure that's a package for me. I buy things, whether it's a TikTok shop or just any random thing. I don't know if I've bought anything from Amazon lately, but Amazon, they'll ship all kinds of things, even if it ain't from buying it from them. But I've also bought, I also get some stuff from some companies. They mail stuff out, so they might use Amazon to designate that. But anyways, yeah, he ain't noticing me. It's a flat package. I guess he's taking it to the front door. I don't know. That's weird. Usually they take it to the side door. So now I gotta walk up to the front door and take it there. I mean, not an inconvenience by any means, but I'm just curious what he's putting out there. So guess we'll have to check the front door that we don't ever use. So and it's raining too. So I'll be walking out of the Bronco and getting that, and then hoping I don't get soaked. But I won't. I mean, it's just light rain, but it's still rain. It's still rain. It don't put you in a good mood. So, anyways, I wonder if he saw me walking back. He might have, but I'm not. I'm not gonna look that way. I'm looking at you guys. We're having a good time, right? So only a couple comments so far, and I'll address the question that I saw earlier. You asked how long did it take me to hit the distance of like a half marathon. Uh, that's a good question, and I really don't remember when I jogged that far. I could put the puzzle pieces together, kind of thinking back to it. So the night before I did the jog, I got drunk, and I wasn't hungover the next day. For some reason, either vodka or tequila was involved that night. And I'm really thinking, I wanted to say that it was my birthday last year, but I don't even think it was my birthday last year. I think it was a little bit later. So it was probably like March last year. So I had been jogging at least like about a year. I'll say I was a year into jogging. Once I hit that portion, once I got 13 miles, but um, that's a it's not too long ago, I guess, but you know. Now I've been jogging for 2 years, and since then, I mean, I just haven't put the effort to try and extend my length. But I think I'm making a good effort now, right? Last week I went on a good 8 mile jog. Today I went on a good 10 mile jog, and next week I'm hoping to add a couple more miles. So we're just slowly trying to work our way to it. Um, Trying to like mentally prepare for the next step, and yeah, so every week is gonna be a battle in a sense when I go and do that jog, but it spices things up, and I've got all kinds of places I can run. That's the beauty of country living and the back roads, is I can go left or right, north, south, east, west, and there's just endless possibilities. Like I go down, if I take a left, and go all the way down the road. I could take a right, and then it comes the next road when I take a right would loop me back around here to my house, basically. Well, I had to take another right after that. Um, if I go all the way down that road and take a left, same kind of situation, but we're taking more lefts and I loop back here. I could go even further instead of taking the next street. I go even further and further and further. So it's just like there's so many roads that are so connected that the distance can be expanded as I say, okay, we've already got this conquered. We already know how to do this jog. Let's change it up and instead of turning left here, go straight and take a left there. And then once that's kind of down, then instead of taking a left there and going back home, I could take a right. And then we're going further away from the house. And then we could really just, it gets complicated and it gets fun. And so that's really just like awesome to think about, like, especially with how like my mind operates. It's very busy up in here. Like, there's so much going on. And so when I'm jogging, it's sometimes I'm thinking about, oh, where am I going to go next? Or I could be thinking about the music I'm listening to. I'm jamming the Kendrick Lamar. I'm like, yeah, this, just a random thought about him. Um, or I'll be thinking about my personal life, and it's always just so fun. Just like my mind's just bouncing around and just being silly and being chaotic while I'm jogging. Like, my mindset isn't always on, okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I think that's really just kind of like what highlights everything that I do. Like, I don't necessarily think about what I'm doing. Um, I'm thinking about anything else, and I'm just naturally doing something, right? So, like, of course, when I started jogging, my mind was focused purely on jogging. And so trying to make that into something I could do and learn to do and learn to be interested in. And then, as time went on, it's like, okay, now this is routine, this is mundane, and my mind wants to sit everywhere and think about everything. So I think jogging frees my mind in a way and, you know, makes me feel kind of relaxed no matter what chaotic things are going on in my head. So, yeah, jogging is an avenue for me to just think, think, think while also doing something else, right? Rather than me just sitting at home and thinking, which I could do all day. I'm jogging. And like with food reviews, if I pick a day and on the weekend and I go travel and I'm traveling, I'm jamming the music, I'm planning my food reviews, but I'm also like thinking about other things. And it's like, okay, you know, I'm not just sitting here thinking and concentrating on one thing and getting all worked up over something that I don't need to be worked up on. It's a more peaceful thought process if I'm going and I'm like, okay, I'm driving, I'm jamming to music. I'm like, this is where I'm gonna go do a food review next. This is what I'm ordering, and I'm excited. Um, and then I'm also thinking about like life, and it's just crazy, but it's fun. So it's always lots of fun. And then I get a text from my foodie friend Kimmy talking about how excited she is for my Circle K review that I just posted. But I wonder if she sees that I'm doing a live. I don't know. But I can't text her back because I'm literally sitting here on the live, like, okay, we're just rolling on. But Circle K, all these convenience stores are like interesting, right? They always got something new coming, um, something to try. And it's always a fun thing to do is to go to random convenience stores. 7-Eleven's got a new, I think they've got the watermelon Celsius. And then, no, that might be Circle K. I think Circle K has a watermelon Celsius that I gotta go look for, but I'm really just waiting on Charlotte to have some more food reviews for me to do. So Circle K is on the list, and Jack in the Box is on the list. I think we're gonna wait. I think like early March is probably going to be the best time to go because there's going to be some mint things, and I'm sure Quick Trip is going to have some stuff. But 7-Eleven's got this. I think 7-Eleven's got the grape. One of them's got grape. One of them's got watermelon. But there's two new like Celsius drinks. So, and today I am going to upload the four new ones they dropped earlier this year. Celsius has not impressed me, but these energy drinks, I like these new energy drinks. I like staying on top of them, which is crazy for me to say because, like, when I started food reviews, one of the things that I kind of told myself I was not going to do reviews on were soda and energy drinks. Like, and I was just so hardcore. No, energy drinks, never going to do them. Not because of like their ingredients or their bad rep, just because I looked at energy drinks and I'm like, these just don't look appetizing. They don't look good. They don't look like they're gonna taste good. So I avoided energy drinks for years. And then I don't know, I think they just kind of slowly just warmed up to me, right? You had Mountain Dew's energy drinks. Some of them were good, some of them not so much. Then I was like, okay, this Juneberry Red Bull looks good. I gotta try this Juneberry Red Bull, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Gotta go look for the new Spring Red Bull, which is like grapefruit and some other like floral flavor. But it's just like I'm always like constantly keeping an open mind. Maybe not wide open, but open enough where things are just slowly shifting. And it's just that's the beauty of life is like it's even though I might get into like a routine sometimes, it's not this constant thing where it's the same, where I'm stuck in that same mindset or position. Things are always finding a way to change. So it's always interesting, and you never know what's going to happen next. But always looking forward to it. Always got a vision for the future, and you always got a dream, right? You always got to have something to look forward to. If you don't have something to look forward to, then what's the point, right? You got to look forward to something. Have hope, have dreams. But yeah, I don't even know what we're here for, like what we're talking about, because it's oddly quiet today, like, and unexpectedly quiet, right? I know that my lives are not getting as many views as the more I do it, and I don't know what's up with that because like I'm keeping it interesting and I'm saying everything, but you know it's a rainy day. Where's everybody at today? I mean, it's not like anything's changed with my live video. Maybe it was the thumbnail I used. So I took a picture. Now, it may have been a video, but McDonald's, one of these McDonald's locations had a sign, "Smile for free." Smile for free. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, smile for free, bruh. Do you realize how am I gonna go to McDonald's and smile for free? Like, what kind of marketing are you going for when you put smile for free? And they spelled it with four, like the letter four. Smile for free. Oh, you daggone right I'm going to smile for free. You know how I'm going to smile for free? I'm going to drive right on past you. I ain't stopping. You want me to smile for free? Well, I ain't going to buy nothing from you. You ain't getting $1 from me. I ain't buying a Happy Meal. I ain't buying no French fries. I ain't buying nothing. You ain't getting no money. I might come in there and say, hey, the sign says smile for free. Now, I don't know how you're going to make me smile for free. What, you going to give me a free cup of water? Maybe even go premium, give me a free cup of coffee? Smile for free. Oh, I can make someone smile for free. But I ain't McDonald's. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna gaslight. Oh, you can smile for free. Well, you're right. You're right. I can smile for free. If I don't stop, if I don't go through your drive-through, I will smile for free. That's the point of my thumbnail that I used. I was like, that's kind of ironic. Irony. You try and sell a smile for free. And they charge you for water and water bottles, and for how good that is for you. But smile for free. Silly old McDonald's. Never known for their great marketing tactics, just for their cheap food. So maybe the equivalent of free to them is cheap prices, but now even that, their prices aren't cheap. So um, you enjoyed the Panera spicy Asiago thing. I hope you didn't say spicy steak. I did not like the steak one. Steak was just dry and bland. But their sandwiches are okay. They're okay. So I don't know. Maybe people just don't like watching a food reviewer just vlog. I was told how great of an idea vlogging was going to be. Oh, you'll get all kinds of views. Everybody will love your vlogs. And I feel like people should love my vlogs, but we're sitting here on a rainy day. Yeah, it's Valentine's weekend, but it's a rainy day. Who's out and about? Who's out and about? Who's doing anything? No one. There's some people, but most people are cuddled up inside. Y'all should be on YouTube watching me, cuddling up, watching me. I don't know. I don't know where everybody is. But if you caught this video after it was done recording, welcome to the party. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though you're not here live. My question to you, if you can comment after you show up with this video being done with, is where were you at when I did this review? Because I asked y'all what y'all got planned for Valentine. I guess YouTube's not your plan. I guess that's, and I've been talking about how I want to do a TikTok live. The more I do this, the more convinced I'm like, maybe I should try it. Maybe I should. I'm thinking on March, like early March, I'm going to do a video and I'm going to title March Madness. Because I got the sweetest name, right? My name is Matt March. And then just throw madness into it and you got March Madness. Now, what we going to talk about, I don't know. Probably just sit here like we are now and just ramble on. And there you go. But yeah, I had this whole, like, this really interesting metaphor and analogy that I was going to use in today's video. But now it's like no one's watching. So what's the point? What's the point of using such a grand scheme when there's no one paying attention? So we're not going to do it unless things change within the next, I'll give it 10 more minutes. And then we're going to call it quits. Because I'm just like, what are y'all doing? It's not a weekday. It's not a beautiful day. I'm a beautiful person. So I see you, Alex. I see you. I appreciate you. You're throwing in some good comments, but everyone else must be. I mean, I guess the explanation is y'all must be asleep or something. But well, granted, it's raining here. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that you think I'm beautiful. But you also like sausages, so I like tacos. You like sausages. We're two very different people, and that's okay. But that's just how it's got to be. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. What I was trying to draw back on is, even though it is rainy here, I guess it did snow everywhere else. So I guess people could be playing in the snow. But at this point, there's been so much snow for so long. Aren't people tired of playing in the snow at this point? Aren't they just and like we're so far into the day right now? I'm like, aren't people if they played in the snow, aren't they done playing in the snow at this point anyways? Like, aren't they tired of it? I don't know. I don't know. It feels like you can't have so much fun in the snow. Now, granted, a couple weeks ago, and it was a weekday, um, we hung out all day outside when it snowed, and I was around the fire and drinking plenty of beer. So I guess you got to think about that. But I don't know, folks. I don't know. You can go watch Brokeback Mountain if you want to, Paul. If you want to watch Brokeback Mountain, power to you. I ain't watching Brokeback Mountain. That's why, if I wanted to watch Brokeback Mountain 30 minutes ago instead of regrettably starting this live, I could have gone and watched Brokeback Mountain, Paul, but I ain't watching it. Okay? It's not happening. I'm a straight male, and I ain't interested in watching Heath Ledger kiss up on, is it Jake Gyllenhaal? Is that who's in the movie? I don't care who it is. All I know is I ain't interested in watching two cowboys kiss. Hell, I'm barely interested in watching a cowboy kiss a cowgirl. If I want to see, well, I can't see this, but if there's any interest in a cowboy or kissing a cowgirl, why don't I just go kiss a cowgirl? I ain't gonna watch two cowboys kiss. No, Paul. You go watch Brokeback Mountain. You go roast you some sausages like you love to do, and you go watch that movie for the 100th time. I ain't watching it with you. No, thank you. But Heath and Jake, they had some really big rebounds from that movie. They really did. And rest easy, Mr. Ledger. But I mean, that was a fantastic role, and we all know this. I mean, we talk about this. How the movie's almost 20 years old. People still talk about that performance. That Joker performance was just something else. And then Jake Gyllenhaal, he's really kept a really nice career going, and he's gotten a role as a Marvel villain. So they've had some nice rebounds from that movie, but I don't know. I don't want to watch it. I might watch it like when I'm not sober, just because I don't have to sit there and cringe as hard. I guess maybe I'll laugh a little bit harder at it. I don't even know if it's like supposed to be funny. I doubt it's supposed to be funny. I might think it's funny if I'm not sober, but yeah, I don't know, Paul. I don't know why you want me to watch two cowboys in love. If I really wanted to watch two cowboys in love, I'm sure you'd invite me over to your house to watch you and your neighbor that you're so obsessed with. So, you and your lovely neighbor. Ain't that right? But yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, it is just dead silent. But you know what? I don't see it being any better in the future on these lives. So I think we're going to talk about this, especially since Paul really kind of set the mood for it, right? So thank you, Paul. If anybody comments, I'm not going to read it or respond. So, but we're going to get to this, and then if anyone comments after this, that's great. But yeah. So let's and we're not talking about houses. We're doing like a metaphor / analogy. So just imagine, and the ironic thing just in this analogy is where I'm at now in this situation is equivalent to where like the start point, right? So imagine you are like homeless or you don't have your own house, right? I'm not homeless, but I don't have my own house. So that's our starting point. Is you don't have your own house. You're floating around, and you're in this situation where there's all kinds of houses, right? You got some terrible looking houses, some wrecks, and then you've got some just mansions, some beautiful houses. Then one day, and all of us, have these moments in our lives. One day, you find a house that's not a mansion. It looks pretty nice on the outside, um, but then you see the inside of this house, and everything just feels like it fits, right? It feels like you'd be right at home, and just the detail to it, it just enamors you, right? So everyone finds this house. Again, we're not talking about houses, but everyone finds this house, and some people, very rarely, but some people end up living in that house, and uh, it works out for a lifetime. Like the house is theirs, and they never move out, and that's the rest of their life. Um, you know, some people, you know, they dabble around with the house, and they really had their chance to live there, but they just decided not to. Um, Others, will live there for a few months, maybe a few years, but for some reason they just couldn't commit to the house. Some, move there, and the intention is that the house is going to be a lifetime thing, and then it just doesn't work out. Something just awry happens, um, and so it just it doesn't work out right. Um, and sometimes, like in my situation, you just feel like you've kind of always been locked out, um, and you're not sure if you can find the key or not, or if you're gonna be able to put you in position to achieve the key to said house. So, as a wise friend once told me, everyone has this house, and majority of people it just doesn't work out. But this house sets the standard, right? Um, it sets the standard of what a person is looking for and what they want. And whether this ends up their house or not, it keeps their vision in line. But it also can be like a bit of a distraction, right? Um, in terms of like when you're looking at other houses, the back of your mind, it's like, but there's that house. But it's like, well, maybe, you know, you're not in the situation where, you know, that house is for you. So, that's the constant thought process of, okay, starting point is right now there's no house, but there's dream house, and then there's other houses like that, are around, and some I'm actively, there's some dabbling right now, right? There's nothing like concrete or anything, but there's some dabbling with the other houses, and it's like, okay, this is really good, and maybe this will work out. But then constantly it's just like I get reminded and thrown back, and it feels like this house, this original house that is the picture perfect house, feels kind of like a haunted house in a way. It's just haunting my mind in a way. Um, so it's just like that constant struggle of, do I want to go a little bit further with these other houses and see how far I can go with it? Or do I really want to just see if maybe I could go a little further towards the dream house? And it always gets complicated there. But right now, I'm doing my best to zone out of that dream house, zone it out of my thought process, because again, I feel like I'm locked out, and there's no key to be found, and I shouldn't be worried about looking for a key. Just keep looking at other houses, right? Keep looking at other houses. And again, not talking about houses, but you know, so and then you got people that they like to stay at a house for a night, and then they move on from that house, right? But I'm never in that situation, which I guess is not a terrible thing. So think about like a lot of these people, they go to these really nice Airbnbs for the night. That's what we see with a lot of people. Um, but then it's like those Airbnbs are not really all that they're made up to be. They really look nice and they're pretty on the outside, like a very pretty Airbnb, but on the inside, it's kind of basic, it's kind of simple, and you wouldn't want to stay at the Airbnb more than a night or two, right? But again, maybe luckily or unluckily, I don't have that in my life, and I mean, I dearly don't want that, I guess. I would want a long term house, but it's all about, trying to forget Dream House and focus on the reality of where it's at. So, gotta figure it out. So, but Dream House is just so distracting. Anyways, open the floor back up. Was hoping we 20 people viewing this video when I was but no one's watching. I mean, consistent viewers, Paul and Alex, are really doing a good job of commenting. But it's up there. It's out. More than likely, no one's going to get to that point in the video where I'm talking about a metaphor and an analogy, and we're just making parables here. But that's fine. That's fine. Someone out there heard it and enjoyed it, and you know, I got it out of my mind. There's a lot more I would to talk about to the right people, but um, we're just gonna save that and put it in our back pocket. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna just shoot around, and if I mean, I'm starting to just get bored with this, and I got other things I can go do. So I think if within the next few minutes nothing clicks, nothing works, nothing happens, then we'll just call it a day, and I break from live videos next weekend at least. But I don't know. I don't see a point in continuing to do them if the continued um what's the word, if it continues to gradually just get less and less. So I don't know why people want to click on this. So I love doing food reviews. Come on, Paul, you see me every day. You know I love doing food reviews. Now there's times where I get bored because like I'm most excited when there are reviews featuring like big name brands, big name items. So like we are in that kind of that season. I mean, it's not really a season. You have like 2 weeks where there's nothing hitting. Then you'll have a week or two that it is hitting. And it's like a roller coaster, right? And right now we're at that moment where you don't have anything like popping out. There's nothing crazy. Like I could go to Charlotte and go get the new mint drinks from Jack in the Box, but I don't have I have some things on the way, like in Raleigh, that I could go do, but I don't have anything there in Charlotte that really makes that drive worth it. So it's like I gotta wait on that, and I'm gonna wait till March. Hopefully, we got something down there. Should be. So you got that. And then like again, like you've got Cracker Barrel's got some new things, but I like it when there's like super big news items. Like every Monday, my Crumble review, I do a TikTok and a YouTube for it. It's always fun, always exciting. Um, then trying to think if I get too distracted. But then the other places that I typically do things for is McDonald's, Burger King. Burger King ought to have something coming, but they've been kind of quiet. Wendy's Fridays. I completely forgot about them. Thin Mint, frosting coming on Friday. So that's something to look forward to. But a lot of these places kind of get quiet, and so um, Arby's has been quiet. I'm trying to collect the Arby's Squad Kids Meal toys. Apparently, it's impossible to get the full set because they got a golden A that no one has seen. There's multiple people that have gotten 5 out of 6 toys and do not have the golden A. So sounds impossible. But hey, I pull off the impossible a lot. And I am planning on doing a lot of impossible things this year. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get there. I don't know. I get tired of being told or things being implied that it's not going to work, that it'll never happen. But I'm in the mindset where, no, we're going to go where we need to go and do what we need to do. So, keep grinding. That's the whole point. Just keep grinding. Don't listen to anybody but yourself. Find out where things really are. Communication. But don't let people throw you down, throw off your vibe. That's for sure. So, all right. Well, if you joined this video after it was done live, because I'm wrapping things up, I do want you to tell me where exactly you were on February 24 during this rainy afternoon, at least cold or snow covered, if not rainy where you are. Where you are? You taking a nap? Where you been? Where'd you go? What'd you do? What was your Valentine's Day? We know Paul is probably over at his neighbor's. Alex, I don't know what Alex is doing. He's watching. Maybe that's what he's doing. Props to him, though. Big credit to him. Appreciate it. Everyone else, I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know what your plans were today. I don't know what you did. Because either you didn't say anything or you weren't here. So that's all I've got left to say. But work. Oh, Ray, work. Some people do have to work on Saturdays. Most people don't. I feel bad for you, Ray. Unless you love working and you're enjoying it, and it's not a nice day over there, so work's distracting you from the not so nice day. McDonald's Angel Wrist Burger with. I saw your comment about that with the 2 patties. I don't know if I would. I feel like if I got the double burger for, they would give me the same amount of barbecue they did for the regular 1 patty, and that ain't gonna do it, bro. That's gonna make it worse for me. So I don't know. To me it was decent, but and they're saying it's a different sauce. They're claiming it's like spicy, but at the end of the day, for the most part, it really is just them taking their McRib barbecue sauce and pickles and onions and putting it on a quarter pounder. They may have added something else. They may have made like a spicy twist. That could be the case. But at the end of the day, they had leftover supplies, leftover ingredients. And I still gotta reply to your comment, Alex, on there. But it was just a marketing sham. right? But that is so Angel Reese, right? That is anything to get her name out there and make her look like some star. Angel Reese, just she's just no, she's overrated, not that good. Her rebounds are from her missed layups, and she's just like there to get them. So I'm a hater, but hey, I just hate on the ones that should be hated on, right? Anyways, that was a weird way to end this video. If it is the end, I was gonna end it on such a wholesome note, and then I got kind of just like feisty. Don't need to be feisty up in here, friends. It's Valentine's weekend. Go spread the love. Caitlin Clark, she's good. She's good. Exciting season coming up for her team. They got some stars. That's for sure. Yeah, so y'all have a good day, good Valentine's weekend. Don't get too soaked, don't get too wet. Don't slip in the snow if it's snowy where you are. Don't get too bored. But I reckon if you're not watching the video, you weren't bored to start with, so I don't know. But if anybody watched this through and through, I'm proud of you. You really trucked through, because my mind, boop, boop, all over the place. But we love it. Wouldn't trade it for anything. So, that's all I got to say. And other than that, I'll see y'all around.